Now we're gonna work on making a title element. You have one here by default, but it's not very useful, so just delete it. And I'll show you now what I did instead. Open your slide creator of choice. It could be PowerPoint, it could be Google Slides, it could be the slide editor of the OpenOffice program. And I'm importing a photo that represents my video. And now you can add a text box. Maybe this is so simple that if you feel very comfortable in making a slide and exporting it as an image, you can skip forward in the video now. But I would like to take you through the different options and steps and do it very slowly just to make sure you're exploring all the options that you have. Here I'm changing the font in my text box. It's very similar to creating a slide, but keep in mind not to put too much text on it. And make the font very large, because the viewer will most likely not see it projected against a wall, but watch it on a device like a cell phone or a tablet or a computer screen, and therefore the font must have a good size. You can see me here trying to adjust the font color to the colors in the video. I'm not happy with the green, so I'm choosing a different font also as well. And you can change the size of the font and adjust it to what you prefer to see in the video. And if you choose the eyedropper, you can choose a color that you find already is part of your photo, which is a good trick to make the font look more cohesive inside the slide or image. So now here I'm using a two-part title, the first part being Science Education in the Field. Also try to keep your title concise. You can make a two-part title, but don't make it too long so that the viewer doesn't feel like they will watch a PowerPoint presentation now. And here I'm really taking you through all the steps. This is very useful because you can also apply this at different parts in the video. For example, if you would like to introduce a certain staff member, or you like announcing an interview segment, using these images that you create in a slide editor can really help you to structure the video. And you can use it in the end. Instead of the end credits, you just give a slide that you prepare that has your organization logo and it has your website and your telephone number. So this is really a good example of the multi-purpose functions and of this element. And this is not something you can do inside the video editor. This is something you can ideally prepare in a slide editor. You can see I'm also adding a text box at the bottom here stating the date and the organization. Adjusting the colors here as well just to keep everything consistent. And you'll have to see in the final edit, in the final sequence of the video, if whether the font size is satisfactory. Good, now I'm happy, and now I go to File, Save As. This will be fairly consistent across the different slide editors. And instead of saving it as a PowerPoint presentation, or a Google Slide presentation, you can choose Export or Save As, a TIFF image, a JPEG image, or a PNG. I'm choosing PNG here, and I say I would just like to export this slide. And now it can show in your folder with the elements. And now at the top you can see this little green cloud with the arrow. That is a shortcut to help with the uploads of new elements. And now here we are. This will directly show in your media library, and you can click the plus to add it to your sequence. You can drag it in place, and here you have a beautiful custom title to your video. Remember to shorten it a little bit. It will have a default length of 5 seconds. Make it shorter, maybe 2 seconds, 3 seconds, depending on how many text elements and different pieces of information you have on the title. Remember to don't overstuff it. Keep it to the essentials. And now you'll see this is the beginning of the video. I want to show you an alternative where you can use a video clip. Here I've filmed a wave washing over the beach, and I'm oh yeah, it got added to the end again. Like you see, it's very important to have the blue toggle marker in the position where you would like to enter the video clips. Otherwise they will just pop up in a different place. And here I'm choosing the editing menu where you have the speech bubble. This is something you will remember from the previous edits. And here I'm choosing the lower third to add my title. And this can work very well, for example, in this case with the waves. You will see just now, I'll preview it for you. And it could also work if you, for example, in the past we had videos that took place in a forest or with birds where you have the flapping of wings to introduce your video, or you have branches or twigs that are in the wind, or you see a group of people, maybe a school class of learners walking into your building. This could be a nice intro. I invite you to be creative with this. And as you can see here, you can adjust the size. Remember to make it a little bit larger than the captions, like in the rest of the video, because for the title, you want people to feel that this is the beginning, like this is the main theme or the title of your video. Good. And now I can say here, done editing. I want to preview just to make sure. And here you can see the waves. This is exactly what I had in mind, to give the viewer the idea that the theme of this video is going to be related to water, or it will take place in this environment. And what I'm doing now, you can see this is a fairly long clip. It's 6 seconds. I don't need all of that. So I've cut it in the middle just to catch that moment where the waves close. You'll see it now. There we go. And that's where the information content ends. That's all we need. We don't want to bore the viewer. Human attention span is a very coveted commodity, and you can decide which title element you would like to use. I'm sticking with the slide that I made. And now check again, preview your video, check that everyone is included in the end credits. Shorten it a little bit if it's too long, as you can see here. And preview, 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 just to make sure everything is fitting together nicely so that you can catch small mistakes. Good. What I did here was download and upload a song from a different source. That's from the YouTube library, which is freely available. And in vVideo, you can have one voiceover file and one music file. And you can click Add. And if you hover over the music button, it will show the own song that you had uploaded. And it will also show in the preview. If you decide to take it out again, you can delete it, but it will remain in your media library. So the last thing that's left to do is to click on, here I'm just double checking, to click on the microphone button. And here you can do an audio commentary or like a narration, similar to how you hear me speaking to you now. And for that you click onto the red button. Here I already had a recording in place, so you can override that. And it counts down to 1. And then it will preview the video for you. It will play and you can speak along and explain what is happening or what you would like the viewer to see. If you're not happy, you can delete it again, or you click on the green button. It will take a few attempts to get it right, and it does help to have some bullet points, or even better to have a script of what you would like to say. For a 1 or 2 minute video, it should be short and concise enough. Good, so now you go to the top where it says Finish. You set a title for your video. Please remember to put your first name and your last name. And now it brings you to the export screen. That's very exciting because we're almost done. You select a video thumbnail. It gives you a few options here. I'm sticking with the first one. Then you double check your title to make sure that your name is included. We're exporting in the standard quality. And you can also export to Dropbox or to Google Drive. And here we click Finish. And what will happen now is it will be processed in the background and it will send you an email. Here mine went fairly quickly as soon as the download is ready.